up, what up, what up? It's your boy AG the Dad, and we're here with another episode of the What is the Truth with Shit Talking Sundays. Um, Brother Malcolm couldn't be here today because he had an emergency, but sometimes the show must go on. So Brother Laddie decided he'd step in and just kind of give you a couple little things to make you go, So without further ado, let me introduce you to my Brother Laddie. What's going on, Brother Laddie?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, another day in
How's it going
paradise.
today? All right, can you hear me?
Oh, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, hey, what is it that you
Yes,
want to
sir.
inform us all about? I know you had something you wanted to, you know, wake the world up about.
Yes. So, what I wanted to talk about a little bit of educating, is about the Black Friday, where we all, out here supporting, really not understanding Black Friday represent. Um, so
Knock it
goes
off.
back a little bit deeper.
Get in
It
your
goes
bed.
all the way back to the slavery days, um, where back in the slavery days they initially called this Black Friday when they was having a discount of slaves. So they named it Black Friday when they had the slaves on sale, and now they're bringing it back to the modern days and still calling it Black Friday. And we have a lot of people out there that's supporting the Black Friday, which doesn't make any sense to go out there and support something like that.
That's interesting.
Do you follow?
That's it's interesting. I mean, I definitely understand. I mean, I've heard a lot about things like that in the past. Um, I mean, there's a whole lot of things, just like I was showing you earlier about the 12 calendar months that we celebrate. You know, uh, those were added when the Roman Empire decided it was going to rule as much of the world as was possible, and they took it over. And if you think about it, because I was watching this short, and there was a brother that was on there, and he was talking about we all know, Octubre as eight, octi, eight, eight arms, octagon, octopus, eight arms. Novembre, uh, uh, nine, nin, uh, 10, deca, 10. When you go to, there is, why, if that's the case, why is November the 11th month when it's November 9? So if you were to take January and February out, okay, we all know that the new year begins when
Mm,
life begins. And life begins when Mother Nature has its own clock to regulate seasons. We have four seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. Spring, your seeds
okay.
happen to be in the ground. They start doing what they need to do. You add some water, they flourish. That's when life begins. That's the beginning of the season. That's the beginning of the year. If you went and took March, the beginning of when spring happens, and you go from there: March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October 8, November 9, December 10. And then if you go from there and you skip January and February, that was created to celebrate um, a lot of Babylonian rituals, the energy, your energy that you produce. You you got to look at it from the standpoint of
Mm-hmm.
we should be celebrating life when life starts. Mother Nature is telling us life begins in March. That's the beginning of the new year. That's when our energy should be focused. But we focus it January 1st through February 1st. I mean, February. Okay. If you think about it, those 2 months, there's a lot of things that happen in those 2 months that are really along the Babylonian type world life. It's cold. Everybody wants to be snuggled up. There's a reason why people always say, get yourself a big girl or get yourself a big dude. It's winter season. It's cuddle season. During those 2 months, winter, it's cold. So uh, that and February, they have a whole lot of, that's Valentine's Day. That's when all the fornication happens. The bulk of most fornication, that's the day that we all say, hey, grab your girl or grab your spouse or your mate or whoever, do your due. So those 2 months, if you took
Mm-hmm.
those 2 months out and just went with the other way, think about it. It gets way deeper than that. Do your research. Do your research. The summer solstice, all that. Uh, we all know that seasons are not exactly the same every single year. That's why we have a leap year. Okay. Do your research. I don't want to get too far off into it. But yeah, do your own research. So I
Correct.
understand where you're talking about. There's a lot of things that are hidden in some of the things that we celebrate. You know, yeah, Black Friday. I definitely understand where that could be the case. Just like, I mean, in the NFL, and my heart goes out to the Buffalo Bills player that was injured. Um, it's a rough sport. I've actually seen something similar like that happen when I was a little kid. So for me, it was it's the reason I don't necessarily want my kid in there, but I understand the the battle that people like to. It's a sport, it's physical, but I'm sure there was a lot of mothers out there in the world now after watching that cringe a little bit. Um, but yeah, um, getting off subject a little bit. But for me, man, everything that you do in this world, you have to question because um, in the last decade, we've been told, don't believe what your eyes see, believe what with what you're told. And I have to believe that sometimes you have to um, trust your eyes. You know, the Most High puts things in front of you for you uh, to be able to give testimony to. So, for me, trust your eyes. Your vision isn't going to lie. The Most High gave you that ability for a reason, and you know. Oh, the point I was making about the football is uh, when they parade you across the slave um, stage where they auctioned you off on Black Friday and other days. Um, we still do the same thing for all employment. There's an interview process. The only difference now is we're paid, but still the bulk of the money that's being made
Mm-hmm.
is not by the worker. The people, the workhorse is not getting paid. It's the people that create the ideas and implement them. They get the bulk of it. Just like right now with the oil. Uh, and the record profits that they're having with the gas prices and the regulation that the Senate and and the government's getting ready to start getting involved with, because they're wondering, why is it that your records have quadrupled, your sales have quadrupled, but yet the prices are skyrocketing? What's going on? Something, those two numbers aren't right. Well, demand, okay, yeah, I understand, but why is the price going up? Your profits should still be great. It's because everybody wants to do better than before. It's in our DNA to achieve and become successful. From the time you are born, the first thing that you do is try to breathe. And from that point on, all you're trying to do, especially as a baby, is learn. So if you think about that, till the day you die, you're trying to educate yourself about life, to get everything out of it that you possibly can. Think about that. So everything that you go through on this, walking through the stage, when they take you across the stage and go, yeah, 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 do your tryouts, yeah, we'll take you. They pay you good, but is that price that young man paid worth it? If I told you, I'll give every one of your children $1 million, $1 million contract. I need them to play one game, and out of those games, one or two of them, that will happen to them. There'll be a life-changing injury that happens to them. Would you accept it? Yeah, the money's great, but is the money worth it? Even if I said 100,000 or 10,000, I mean, 10 million or 100 million, is that amount of money worth for him? He's 24 years old. The Most High says you got 3 score plus 10. That's 70 years. He still had a good, what, 45 years, 46 years left. Now, does he still have it? Quality of life? So, at what point do you want to do what you need to do for you, that's not as health such a health risk? You know what I'm saying?
Well, on something like that,
You're breaking up. Hello, hello. Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Yep, you're back.
Uh, for me, it depends. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes. Uh, kinda.
Can you can't hear?
You're going in
Oh,
and
okay.
out. There you go. There you go.
On that, it depends on the circumstances.
Hmm. I think your connection is
How about
bad.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I think we got a bad feed. I'm
There
not.
you go. Go ahead. Let's see if it worked. Go ahead.
Um, can you hear me now?
Yep. Because I got full strength.
What I was saying,
Hmm.
I think it all depends on the circumstances. Um, some people are going through different things. So if you offer them, like I'm getting back on the subject to where you saying if you offer them 1 million, 100,000, or whatever the case may be. Now, some people might say, yeah, because they might be in a different circumstance. They may need that because they're feeling that they need to provide some type of security for their family somewhere down the line. And
Hmm.
they might not be thinking what the long-term effect may be on them if they was to accept that. And then
Hmm.
some people may think about it and then they'd be like, nah, I can't do that. You following?
You broke up. We lost you. You only got one bar.
Uh, let me see.
Why don't you refresh your screen and come back in? Let's see if that helps. But yeah, you know,
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
okay. I know that, as far as the way life goes right now, I'm going to tell you that you have to question everything that you hear and see, um, because technology has evolved to the point where we can take anybody's face and and add them to somebody else's body. So for me, I look at it from the standpoint that, you know, that's why I started this. What is the truth? Let's find out. If you have questions or concerns, man, don't be afraid to ask questions here. That's why Brother Laddie is here. That's why Brother Malcolm is here. Um, he had a whole thing that he wanted to talk about, dealing with the King James version of the Bible and the international version and all the other things that are out there. And let me tell you, um, it was very interesting, some of the things he had to say. So you need to tune in, subscribe to the channel, and I guarantee you, you will be wondering about a lot of different things, just like Christmas and why we celebrate Christmas, a lot of the holidays. Um, so, with that being said, I know we were having some issues with his connection since we're still having issues. I don't really have much else to say. Next week, please chime in. Brother Malcolm, man, the man reads enough for you, me, and probably the person sitting next to you. So he's very well educated in everything when it comes to the truth about the Bible. And if he does not know, he will do the research. So question him. I'm not saying that whatever he says is the truth. That's why I say, what is the truth? This is for you to do your own research, ask questions, and find out. Just like what I said about the 10 months instead of the 12 that you're used to and accustomed to. Those things, do your research. It makes sense to me. Is it true? I'm still researching it. I'm just sharing it with you because I'm not exactly sure. It's logical. Think about that. Spring, when life starts happening, the flowers bloom, allergies happen, summer hits. It's everything is pretty towards the end of summer. Fall happens, everything starts dying. Winter happens, and by then all the seeds and everything have fallen to the ground. You start your rainy season, the seeds get buried, and then you skip the other ones, and then what do you have? You have um, you have the other seasons that come into play, which are um, spring in March, and boom, the cycle starts all over again. Brother Laddie, you're back. Let's try it again.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead, do your thing. Let me mute
Can you
my
hear me?
my thing. Yep.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. So what I was saying, I don't know what you heard about you were saying that you offer them some money, what they would do. We're saying it depends on the circumstances. I believe is that different people are in different situations. So
yeah, it's
some people
still
may be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and accept that money.
Yeah, you're still broke up.
It's still bad.
Every now and then, it's almost like I'm not exactly sure, but we'll try it. Go ahead,
I don't.
just talk right now. Let's see. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
it looked
ahead.
like I'm froze.
Yeah,
It
I
looks like
think.
I'm froze, but if can you hear me though?
Yeah, right now.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. We'll try it again another time. It's all good. But hey, yeah, everybody out there, next week we're gonna actually try to bring you back on next week with Brother Malcolm, and I think you guys will have some interesting dialogue, especially if you know your stuff, because Brother Malcolm knows so much. I just sit here and listen. Yeah, so be prepared. Um, so sorry it didn't work out for us on the chat. Uh, we'll try to figure it out on the downtime and bring you back in. And just remember, everybody, um, I I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, liking, subscribing, sharing. Next week will be a very big show. So tune in, all right? With that being said, man, everybody stay blessed and remember, question everything because we all want to know what is the truth.